Can we start off by a prayer, bro?
For sure, for sure.
Dear Lord, please be with us in this podcast. We are truly here today to hopefully we reach people in need, to hear the right things, lead them in the right direction, and make them laugh in the same process. So please give us the right things to say, give us the right questions from them to me, to answer the questions that people really need to know. And that's about it. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Oh, man, that's the first time.
That's the first time. I was going to say that. That's the first time, because we had many guests. That's the first time we started a podcast with a prayer.
Which I was fine with the $124 for the day. It's my first day in business. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm about to make this $124 in 15 minutes. Like, where you gonna do that at? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, okay, I'm doing good.
But if the court decline, they're gonna be like, yeah, motherfucker die.
Oh shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Haitian Kings Podcast. Today we have like a great guest with us. This man is from Lake Charles, Louisiana. He's one of the craziest dudes I ever met. He's a pilot. He got his own business. He's help me out here.
He's doing shit in the community. He's up in the community, and he's flying everywhere. He's living life right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Without further ado,
Derek Guidry.
What's up? What's up?
Hey man.
Man, look, I wanna can we start off by a prayer, bro?
For sure, for sure.
Dear Lord, please be with us in this podcast. We are truly here today to hopefully we reach people in need, to hear the right things, lead them in the right direction, and make them laugh in the same process. So please give us the right things to say, give us the right questions from them to me, to answer the questions that people really need to know. And that's about it. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Oh, man, that's the first time.
That's the first time. I was going to say that. That's the first time, because we had many guests. That's the first time we started a podcast with a prayer.
That's legit.
What made you wanted to start the podcast with a prayer? Because I got to ask you this. We had people that's like extremely religious that came here, they never insinuated.
Well, the thing is, because this is the whole point of y'all podcast. Is to, it's cool to like get people to know who you are, who I am, everybody else, right? But the whole point of it is to, like, like we was talking earlier, like reach certain people, right? Like because like you said, like you never know who's watching this, or you said that. Like you never know who's watching this that like here's something that they're having like questions about, insecurities about. And so I just want God to lead us in the right direction, like for y'all to ask me the right things, or me ask y'all the right things that somebody needs to hear. That's the only reason why. And bro, like y'all already know, y'all follow me on social media, so y'all know I'm like a huge believer in God, bro.
Even though it wasn't a plan before we took off, you did say a prayer. You did say a prayer.
I said a prayer, bro. And so I live by him, I walk by him. Like all of us, like we're not perfect humans though. Like so, I don't want people to get it twisted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's like. I try to live by them. We mess up, some things, but I just try to live by them.
I got you. So let's go back. So tell us about like people's watching, because I see you on social media and you got so much thing going on, but they got people that don't know who Derek Guidry is. So can you take us back, like way back? Tell us a little bit about you.
A little dude from Gosport. As y'all, how long y'all been in here in the States?
I've been in the States for like 14 years.
14 years, okay. So, like when I grew up in Gosport, so it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best. So I come from a place where you almost didn't have hope or even know about nice things. You see these things on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I come from. So I come from Gosport. That's where I was born and raised. Had a grandmother that lived in J Hall. I don't know if y'all know about J Hall. That was another little place
I heard
here.
about it.
Yeah, it was nothing nice about it. It was a love community though. I can say that. Like, so coming from places like that, it's the hood, but it's really not the hood. It's like one thing you do learn is how to love, bro. how would you say it?
Nice sense of community. And stuff like that?
Man, I can't get the words out of my mouth. Loyalty.
Okay.
You like so you learn loyalty. You learn how to love, and just be true to yourself. You ain't out here faking. So that's what I come from. But what else you want to ask me? Bro?
Let me ask you. Did
it again.
Yeah. So let's say as a kid now to be a business owner and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So where that business mindset come from?
So I've always been a person that's been different. Dude, I can remember being in the 5th grade, 4th grade, or like remembering like damn, it's like I don't want to live like everybody that I know. And that didn't say I was going to start a business or anything. Yeah. I just know I needed to do different. Me playing music and stuff. So I was a child hanging out with people in the 30s and 40s. So I seen how they was living. It's like, which it wasn't horrible, but I know I wanted to live different. And so that was always on my mind, dude, like about wanting to do better than a normal person. And I always know I was different, and then go back to like the business part. Dude, I can remember when I was in, I think it was 10th grade, that's when I dropped out, right? And I told my mom, I was like, look, I don't think I want to go to school anymore. And she was like, what you mean? This ain't for me, and she asked me what I was gonna do. So I went to the city, whatever. And I worked over there for I think 3 or 4 years. Then I got the call from Roto-Rooter. Right. At this time, I never even thought about opening up a business. I don't even know what direction to go in. I'm at the city of Lake Charles. I'm asking like people, like, hey man, like what I need to do this and that. It was to be an operator. I had a guy that stayed across the street from me. He was like, hey man, go be an operator. I'm like, okay, how do I do that? And it's like, the door never would open for me to go do it, Then I get this call from Roto-Rooter. And I start working there. I worked there for, I think, 8 years maybe. 8 years I worked there. 6 years, it was 8 years I worked there. That's whenever the mindset of becoming a business owner came into play, right? Because I'm there, I go there, I don't know nothing about plumbing, bro. Like I don't know nothing about it. But I told myself before I left the city, I wasn't going there just to make money, because then I was at the city of Lake Charles, I was making, I think like $9.66 an hour, bro. But I got a job offer at Roto-Rooter for 14 with $1 raise a year. And I said that I strictly told myself, I was like, hey, you're not going to go to this place for the money. Like you're going to go there, you're going to learn, you're going to try to become the best at it. And then so I made a decision, I went to Roto-Rooter and then I started doing the plumbing and I started seeing the money that was made in it. Like the money that I was making Darren versus the money I was making, which I had a good living, It got to a point that I was like, okay, I'm capped out, bro. It's like, I don't see me growing anymore. And it's like, I got to a point where I was kind of miserable because I'm the type of person I like to advance, like, make more money, do this, do that, do that. And it's like, it just got to a point to where I was like, it was in this, how we're in a mud hole? Yeah, bro. And I'm just in this mud hole, like I'm working 40 hours overtime every 2 weeks. And it's just not, I'm like, and that's whenever I was like, man, I gotta go, and then I was probably making, $70,000 a year. That was good money from what I come from. I come from parents that together made that, like their incomes together made that, And I start talking to my dad about it. My dad wouldn't have it. And my dad retired from the city 40 years. He like, hey bro, like you got a secure job, like you need to stay there. Yeah. And my mom, she was like, well, whatever you feel you need to do, go do it, whatever, blah, blah. So I left. Like I just up and left and I started business. That's how that happened, bro. And dude, when I tell you I hit the ground running, son, I'm talking about from the day them doors open, like it's unbelievable the things I've accomplished. I'm not bragging or anything. It's just all that to say, I'm gonna jump on the God part. Whenever you follow whatever God have set for you and you don't question it, and you don't second guess it. You just like all in, go for it, bro. Like your path is unbelievable. Like I'm living true to it. You know
Well,
what I'm
let me
saying?
ask you this. So, now, just like your dad said, you got a secure job. So now you left this, and then now you're on your own, right? So now, like, there is no check coming. So only checks coming is the ones, the phone calls you get and stuff like that. So how was that time? Like, how stressful? How could you?
Man, okay. So it's crazy that you asked that, bro, because it's like, in all honesty, I've never had a part in my business to where I was scared. Never. I'm talking about, I left a Friday because that's whenever my call ended, right? I left the Friday and people started like people knew, right? And I really didn't have nothing scheduled for the Monday. Well, my cousin called, said, "Hey man, I got a stopped up drain." Back then, my drain was still a stopped up drain. It was $124, right? I'm like, cool. Like, I'm gonna go and stop this drain. While I'm there, I'm gonna stop in this drain, and I get another phone call, which I was fine with the $124 for the day. It's my first day in business. You know what I mean? I'm like, dog, like, I'm about to make this $124 in 15 minutes. Like, where you gonna do that at? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, okay, I'm doing good. Dude, I get a call from it was Terrier Blue. That's a plumber that I learned from at Roto-Rooter. He had done left Roto-Rooter, put his own business too, but like he was busy and he couldn't get to it. Hey, Derek. So I'm gonna stop in this drain, and I say, the phone ring. Chase pulling. I remember just like it was yesterday, bro. Like Chase pulling the machine back, and I'm like, hey, Dependable Plumbing, blah blah blah. The guy's like, hey, Mr. Terry LeBlue recommended you. Like, I have a water leak under the slab. My eyes get big, y'all. I'm like, oh. Now I'm excited. Because then a water leak under the slab was $1,600 to $1,800 minimum. So I'm at that point, I'm like, okay, if I make this $1,600 to $1,800 today, I'm good. Like for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So right after that $100-something job, bro, we go to that water leak under the slab. I probably there 6 hours, 8 hours probably. $1,800 plus the 124. It's $2,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good now. I'm chilling. I don't care if the phone ring no more. I'm good. And bro, look, God, my witness, bro. Like the next day, the phone ring. The next day, the phone ring. It's like, it got to a point I was so busy. Like, bro, I was working 7 days a week, bro, for like the first 3 months of my business, from the first day the doors open. So I never had, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look, bro, look, I can get so long-winded on this. Look, so a guy called me today, right? While I was here, Charles Lois, could do what I went to school with, want me to talk to a guy about plumbing and stuff, or a trade. And I'm like, and I'm kind of hesitant to tell people, oh man, do plumbing or do HVAC, because just because it worked for me, like it don't mean it's gonna work for you or this person. It's like, bro, I jumped in a business, bro, and it's like, I honestly feel that God had his hand on it from the beginning. Like, cause it don't happen like the way the things just happen for me. You know what I'm saying? It's unreal, bro. Like, I'm a little dude from Gosport. I'm not supposed to be flying no airplanes.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't supposed to be able to go buy a 27-foot boat cash money. Like, I'm not supposed to do that. Like, so say, you know, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm not supposed to be able to do those things. It's like, so that's why I tell people, just because it worked for me, that don't mean that this gonna work for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
But that's a good feeling, though. Right?
No, it was a good feeling, and I'm glad you finally got to tell that story in that sense, though, honestly. But let me ask you this, though. You said there's like when people say, younger people, like you feel you get the fear of telling them, go do HVAC, go do what I do, because you don't know if it's gonna work for them. Why is that?
I don't know, man. So this is what I told Charles. I said, you know, like, it's just like anything in life, bro. It's like, sometimes people like you, sometimes people don't, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you can go spend 4 to 5 years trying to work on this trade, and you can be good. Like, I know some plumbers that's dang good, bro. I'm talking about like some of the best. But you got to be liked. You know what I mean? Or you got to have like this certain thing about you that this person want to see you succeed. Because if you don't, like, no matter how good you are, that's with anything in life. It's almost like that saying, it's all about who you know, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's all about how the way people feel about you. They trust you to do this and do that. Or if they don't like you, like, you ain't gonna go nowhere in it. You know what I mean? It's just, that's why I say, like, a trade is hard, bro. And the reason why I don't like to tell people about a trade or even going into business for a trade, like, it's kind of grimy, man. That's all I can say. Like, even having a business is like, people not loyal. You know, like, you can have okay, let's say I come do work for y'all, right? And I'm hooking you up. Like, man, like, look, I'm gonna hook you up with this price and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, the next time it's like, I send my guys over there, right? Well, I gotta charge for my guys' time. And well, they don't like it. And they get upset or whatever. And they forget how you hooked them up all the time. Now they calling somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, and then they call you back to come fix it. In my case, and then expect to hook up. So it's like, it take a certain person to be able to maneuver around it, like, emotionally, because it'll knock you down, bro. Because it'll be with, because you'll be doing work for people that you think that's your friend or that like you, and it's like you pull up on somewhere and you see somebody else there, and it's like, you done did right by this person. So it take a certain person,
like,
bro.
Cheating on you, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
You're cheating on me, man. I'm supposed to be the guy to do your stuff.
Yeah. It take a certain minded person,
I
bro.
understand that, bro.
And then another thing is, like, it get kind of tricky because you doing like work for this person over and over and over. Well, you start feeling bad. It's like, dang, like, this person keep calling me, and now I gotta, like, you feel like you owe them a break. I mean, when I get to that point with a customer, to be honest with you, it's like, I don't want them to call me no more, because then at that point I feel bad about working for them, because I'm charging them. That's what I'm saying, bro. Being a business, being in trade is.
It's kind of like every time they come here, man, he fix some shit. 2 weeks later, some shit else is broke.
That's how it is, bro. And it's like, it messes up friendships. But I know we got off track a little bit, but it's
it's all good,
I'm
though.
just telling y'all, it's like, it takes a certain human, bro. It's weird, and somehow I managed around all that, and I am who I am today,
But
so.
Let's switch gear real quick. Let's just take it to the aviation part. Where does your love for planes start from? As you said, you're just a small dude from Gosport. You ain't supposed to be doing all that. Where did that dream start, or that fire in your heart start for airplanes?
Man, I just always thought it was cool, right? So my best friend, Jared, he's no longer with us anymore. I can remember in like 2013, me and him chilling. I'm at my parents' house for summer. I got my own house, but I was single. I was always at my parents' house. I can remember being in their bed, in my old room, like, me and this dude on the phone, like, chopping it up. I'm like, man, bro, like, these planes is cool. So me and him looking online at planes, and I'm like, bro, like, why am I looking at this? I'm like, I'll never be able to afford this. But then it's like, at that point, it's like, kept looking at airplanes. And it's like, then you get on YouTube and you see these little people flying airplanes and all that. And I dropped it after a while, be honest with you. And, every once in a while you would bring up the thought, like, dude, it'd be cool to own that helicopter.
Yeah.
You can land in your backyard and go here, do there.
Yeah.
But then I stood away from helicopters because it was dangerous. I don't like helicopters. But years went by, and I done worked, I done made a little money. I seen I had a little money I can go train or whatever. And it started back in like, I don't want to lie, probably was like 2019, 2020. Roman was born, so it had to have been 2020, 2021. And I made a phone call. You know what made me start thinking back about it? Lisa and I took a trip to Orlando. Delay after delay after delay. And I'm like, nah, I'll never do this again.
No, sir.
Did you, man? You ain't about to mess up my time again, you know. But that's what made me. And then I'm telling you, like probably like the next week or two, probably even a month, I was training. That's how that happened. You know, that's how I got into aviation. Like really got into it. That's how that happened, bro.
Yeah, you got me on that plane.
That happened. The thing was funny. That happened to me in London, too. I ended up staying an extra night. I never got so mad till I get home. Anyway,
it's probably crazy place. Like, you think it's gonna be easy. You like, oh, it's just an airplane. I'm gonna just fly that thing.
yeah.
Shit, I never look at it that way because I'm so scared of flying. But y'all got me in this plane. I was losing my shit on that.
But the thing is, I'm glad that you said that. And we were talking off camera earlier, but like sometimes your story can inspire people.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how you said way back in the day you was with your best friend, you know, chopping it up, talking about planes?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time way back then, way before the podcast, we started doing this podcast, you name it. And I thought about, hey, how about if we get our own plane? But the way I was thinking about is if just me, him, and my older brother, we just pay for it and park it and we all got our license. And then we can just take turns taking it places wherever we want to. That's how I was thinking about it. But in my mind, I used to assume that those kind of planes are like $1 million or something. But like that's ignorance though. And I remember I spent like a whole day doing research on them and I'm looking at them like, oh wow, those things are not that expensive. And I don't know if you recall when I called you that day and I was telling you about those planes. I'm like, dude, those planes are not that expensive because I'm looking at them right now. They're like, I'm seeing some for like $220, $250. I mean, of course, it's a lot of money, but for a plane, it's not all that.
You think it would be way more?
Yeah.
Like truly unaffordable. Yeah.
And then just like you looked it up and now I put that dream to the side. And then the thing is, now seeing you doing it, especially for me, it makes it seem like that is something that is very accessible. I can just kind of follow your path, get my license, get my own plane, and then live within that same lifestyle. But go ahead.
Since you say that though, it's like I've had people like hit me up like multiple times, like on different occasions, like different people. Like, dude, it's like I've always thought about that, and it's like I see you doing it now. I know it's possible, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like people with money is hitting me up like, dang, dude, like how much that costs? And I tell them it's like I'm the type of person I'm never gonna like hide what I do from somebody that I know is possible. It's like God ain't making me like that, bro. It's like, honest to God, dude, like if I have it, I want you to have it. Like that's with anything. I'm talking about with work. Like there's other plumbing companies out there. Like I'd rather my business like be okay and you make the money you need to make your business float. I'm just saying it because I'm not a selfish person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like I want you to have all the knowledge in life that you know that, okay, hey man, Derek's doing it, this possible. Because I promise, bro, if Derek can do it, anybody can do it, bro. I'm talking about, bro, you talking about if I made a C in school, like I was crunk. You know what I mean? So it's like if it's possible for me to do it, it's possible for anybody to do it.
I mean, you got me into from the all the way to the plane. That's what you lost me because I never see myself like. I mean, I guess maybe like if I know how to do it, I wouldn't have like scared to be in a plane. That's not my thing. I mean.
So how you felt whenever y'all came?
I don't know about him. I was extremely comfortable. Like honestly, I was extremely comfortable. Like thing is, if you think about it, because once you're on a plane, I guess the way I look at it is, okay, I'm already there. What's the point of panicking?
What's the whole point of tripping?
Yeah, I'm already there. What's the point of tripping?
Okay.
Look, I was on a flight coming back from Miami to Houston. I'm talking about like that's the most turbulent flight I've ever been in. Like the plane was like acting up so much. The flight attendant, who was trying to calm people down, head hit the ceiling. People were screaming and yelling. And thing is, if you just sit there and think about it, okay, I'm already in here. I got somebody right next to me, like, for example, in your case, you, who's doing their job, and they seem to be pretty confident in what they're doing. So therefore, whatever little shake or whatever the heck happened, the person that's leading is calm. So which that's normal.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you started like, oh shit, y'all fucked.
I feel like.
That's like, oh,
now we got some problems.
This is the thing though, because you say I'm already there. You make it kind of simple, bro. We just meet Derek. That's it. And then, hey man, how you doing? So we gonna come to the podcast and go home. I was not supposed to be on the plane. The fuck? I'm just saying. I said, now, some shit happened in the air. You know, I'm going to say to myself, and why the fuck would I put myself up there? The first thing I didn't have to. I'm even trying to make it, I'm already up there. Nah, I'm not saying I'm already, I'm saying to myself, I shouldn't have been here.
But guess what?
But I mean, the takeoff is always like, get me, like, because I've never been in a small plane like this before. It's just kind of like, after I take off, it was good. After I take off, it was just like, you're talking. I was listening to nothing. I was just in my element. I'm scared to death, you know.
What about that landing though? Hey, look, he was like, hey, bro, did you see what he did?
And you know what's funny about that?
Bro.
You kind of told them, because he sat up front. Like, for the people that don't know, you sat up front. You're like, hey, man, look, no matter what happened, you ain't got to grab this, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I didn't grab nothing, bro. I didn't grab nothing.
Yeah, he grabbed. He's like, look, I'm coming in. I'm chilling. I'm like, he's like.
I mean, what you want to do? I mean,
Did
I touch a button?
He didn't touch the button, but
Did I touch the button?
No, you grabbed the dash.
I just grabbed the dash. Like, I gotta, you know. And then, you know what? The thing with Derek, though, he's so smooth with it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
You know what's the crazy part is? Oh, the engine light just come on. I think we're gonna make it. The fuck you mean?
I think it was a gas light.
I feel like, I'm like, man, the fuck? I mean, the way you make it seems like it's just like, it's another day. Like,
But see,
man,
it's the comfort. Look, listen, think about it. Like, then I guess I'm looking at it differently, right? Because we all men in here, we've been in situations and we got wives, families, daughters, or whatever you may call it, to like something come up, we know we got it. To where you're like, y'all chill, I got this. Could you imagine you trying to tell people to chill and then here they are losing their shit? That would be annoying. So right now, in that situation, you went. I don't know the first fucking thing about doing shit with a plane. I know all these gauges and buttons don't mean shit to me. But I'm with somebody who's in charge, who's leading that, be like, yo, chill, I got this.
Hey man, this is the funny thing is, before that, when we went in the plane, he was telling us the story, a guy that went out of gas. He had
The day before.
he had to force landing, right? And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, yeah, the fuel lights come on. We should be able to. It's just like, the way it was so smooth with it.
But
I think we can make it.
But let me ask you something though. And I'm sure you fly pretty often with your wife and family and close friends or whatever. Like, whenever you're flying, let's just say with somebody, like for the first time or whatever, do you always find yourself in a position where you always gotta give them that long speech, hey man, look, I know what I'm doing, you in safe hands type of speech?
So they do have those pilots that do that. Like so we was with my homeboy in Vegas, like, you know, we did the flight from Vegas the other day. And it's fine. Like, you're just supposed to brief them on this and that. I don't do it, you know. Like, he's like, say, hey, look, if the engine kill, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna be turning here. I'm more like, hey, like whenever we get in the plane, hey, put your seatbelt on. If we crash and you still living, they got a button right here. If you don't see it blinking, you push this button. That's all I do.
You see how it gets you heard that? But if we crash, it's just like this is a way. He's not even. Like, it's nothing. If we crash, what you mean if we crash?
Yeah, this how you open up the doors, you know what I mean? It's like,
But no, the thing is, I feel like you just gotta have like a certain mindset to do a certain job. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because thing is, if you think about it, a lot of things you do is dangerous, right? Especially for me, with my day job being an operator. To me, it ain't nothing. But I could easily just go out there and make them turn this motherfucker into a bum if I wanted to.
Bro.
You get what I'm saying? But which means, like, in a sense, I know what I'm doing, to it's kind of like it ain't shit to it. Like, I'm calm and cool and collected while I'm doing it. Just like I could tell from you when you were being in that plane, you were calm, cool, and collected. Like, even though the fuel light came on, you're like, oh yeah, fuel light came on, we can probably make it to the Charles. Like, you know those people you drive with when the light gas came on, be like, hey man, we can go Houston and back. I know my car. You know what I'm saying? And then 9 times out of 10, those people be right. They know their car. The light just came on. They got like another 50 miles in the thing. Yeah. And then you kind of be like, man, we can probably make it to the church. But
he's good at it. I'm not giving that.
That's what I'm saying. It's the smoothness. It's kind of like, if the man is keeping his cool, what's the point of me losing my shit? The thing is, whether I'm cool or I'm losing my shit, I can't do nothing in that plane.
The circumstances ain't gonna change.
Yeah. My whole point is, how do I get here? I was chilling. I could have. I don't have that necessity that I have to be in the plane.
But
I don't
think about it. Think about it.
See the fun part of
Think
it,
about it. That's why just to show you, like in a sense, that's something we like talk about randomly or regularly. He's like, man, you know what, bro? If you get a plane, man, I don't want no part of that. But like, you know, if you're going somewhere, like I might want to come with, but I don't want no part of that. I'm like, dumbass, if I'm driving this shit, you might as well on it too.
Nah,
because if you on there with me, shit goes south. You think the fact whether you got a license or not is gonna make a fucking difference?
But so let me tell you this.
We need to have parachute, bro.
No, they do have airplanes with parachutes.
I mean, you're airplane right now. If some shit happened, if you had parachute,
The parachute is the engine for me. So I got 2 engines. So one engine go out, it's like I got like about a 60%, 70% chance of making it, depending on where I'm at. You know?
Am I tripping? You see how you said this shit, bro? I'm saying it's so smooth.
So look, check this out. He said something about like learning, right? So me and Lisa, we coming back. We went to Nashville, like, and we was. So we was headed to Nashville and we was going in the land. I was like, well, look, try this right here. And I'm like trying to explain to her. I'm like, well, look, if something ever happened to me, like this how you put the landing gear down, this how you put the flaps down, like you need to watch a gauge, you need to be right here. Don't ever let the speed, the speed gauge go past here because the plane will just fall out the air, right? Well, it's like, it's so much other stuff go with it. I'm like trying to explain to her and it's like I get to a point, I'm like, you understand what's going on? She's like I said, yeah, if anything, you're going to die. If anything happens to you going to cook for real. It's like, it's not, like the stuff you see in the movies is like, I could be wrong. I mean, bro, like nobody just about to just go fly an airplane, bro, you know? So, yeah.
But you never had like, since you've been flying, I know you've been flying a minute now, and then you never had like a scary moment?
Oh my God, I've had a few, bro. Like, we had a time we was coming back from Destin. It was me, Lisa, Roman, and Carmela. I'm a new pilot, right?
So you got the kids?
I had the kids, bro. And I thought we was gonna die. Lisa thought we was gonna die.
But you thought,
yeah.
Because I'm talking about like you're the one in charge. Like,
Yeah.
fuck what anybody else is doing.
And that ain't the first time that happened to me. I felt like I was going. It happened like 2 or 3 times. Three times, max.
Finish that story, bro.
Oh yeah, bro, it's crazy. So we coming back from Destin, bro. And we flying, and I'm like, I didn't put enough gas in the plane. Like I didn't account for the headwind. So what the headwind do is like it slows the airplane down, right? So it slows the airplane down. It takes you longer to get to the destination. You're burning more fuel than what you thought, right? So we flying, and we get Baton Rouge area. I'm looking, I'm like, damn, we ain't gonna make it to Lake Charles. Which is fine. I got Lafayette Airport right there. So I get on my iPad, I mount my iPad, and that's in my small plane. I put the iPad, I start putting Lafayette in, and I go to my 430, I put Lafayette in. And like, as I'm in my 430, I'm like, I'm not looking out there. You know, I'm looking at the gauge. I'm like, man, something feel weird. This is at nighttime. And I'll look up, y'all, gray. It's just gray. Like I'm in the clouds. Like, I don't have no experience in this, you know, and bro, the plane just like you can't see outside with like your horizon to tell you, like you just get boom, boom, boom. Lisa said every once in a while she'd just see a cloud, see the moon or the stars that would just come back in there. She's seeing the plane over here, just like, y'all, I thought the plane was gonna fall apart and we were just gonna like go straight down and die. Like Lisa thought the same thing. Lisa said, babe, I think, she said, I felt like if I would have jumped out the plane, I would have felt safer. That's what she told me. I said, dude, what? I said, why don't you ever jump out this? But bro, I was so messed up from that jump. And bro, like the crazy thing about being in them clouds, that shit feel like it's like forever. I feel like it's 20, 30 minutes. In our reality, it probably was like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. That's how long it felt. Whenever I got out the clouds, I still have the screen recorded in my phone. I flew all the way to Lafayette like this in a zigzag because I was just disoriented. Like I didn't know what was going on. But that's why I say it's like certain people shouldn't be flying airplanes. Like I really feel if it would have been somebody else flying that plane, they would have died. But like my mental, it takes like a strong mental person, bro, like to be able to like not give up. Because you basically, I was fighting for my life, bro. Like,
yeah, because
honestly.
I'm glad you said that because I think like maybe like a week ago, I was watching the whole thing about Kobe, thing that happened, and I feel like I didn't know like in helicopter when there's a certain time when you're in the cloud for so long, you thinking like you're going up, you're going down. So at some point you lose in yourself. You thinking like you're doing the right thing, but you're not.
Yeah.
And then they had like to test people, but the helicopter, so they put them in like a simulation, and then they do the same thing with them. They're in there, and then the whole time they like, hey man, how y'all doing in there? It's like, man, I'm doing good, man. We just climbing. This whole time he's
but
going down.
Those
It's
things that
crazy.
like, I mean, I would assume they have something that just tell you about your altitude or whatever,
yeah,
right?
so
Something that is extremely accurate.
Yeah,
So that's the thing. So you got so it's called spatial disorientation in aviation world, right? So you have gauges. Like you have your airspeed telling you what speed you're going. Then you got your altitude indicator tell you what elevation you're at, 6,000, whatever. Then you have your vertical speed indicator telling you if you're going up, down. Like so you got 6 of them that you follow, right? So what happens is, like you just said, so it's called spatial disorientation. Like you start feeling like, damn, man, I feel like I'm flying straight. But your altitude indicator telling you that
You're going down or you lean to the left or the right.
So it's like, so you be like, damn, I feel like this, so I'm gonna do what I'm feeling. So what ended up happening is, like you feel you're going straight, but you're really going to the right, and then you just keep going to the right. And then what happens is like you just start spiraling down, and it happens, bro.
That happened. But I was saying, he says it's scary. That's what happened because the guy make a turn and he lost, and then for him, he think it's like this whole time. He was legit, and then he just shoot down.
Oh, yeah, bro. You have to trust the game.
And the simulation too. He's just showing like he was showing this guy. He was seeing. He was like, "Hey man, how you doing in there?" He was like, "Man, we climbing," and he's going down the whole time.
There's this movie that's about to come out, and then it kind of made me think of you when I saw that commercial. Like it's this new movie. I think Mark Wahlberg's in it. When you see the trailer, you should see it soon because it's like a pretty big movie. I think it was about a movie about Mark Wahlberg who pretty much kind of fake being a pilot, so because he's like a killer, and they had like a U.S. Marshal who was trying to escort somebody to a certain city so they can, I guess, like play witness to something. And Mark Wahlberg was like the bad guy, and then mid-air they found out he's the bad dude, and then they broke into a fight to where they had to handcuff him in the plane, but the people that took over don't know how to ride a plane. And then when I saw that movie, like it's a new movie, like I went to the movies like to watch, what did I go to watch? And then whenever they show you the previews, that's what they show, that's the kind of preview they showed. Like as soon as I saw it, I thought of you. And I'm like, thing is it that hard? Do you feel like it's something somebody can just sit there and figure it out in that moment?
I don't know, bro.
To if shit goes south, they can at least lend this thing.
You say you put YouTube on, you shoot out
You
somebody.
put YouTube video. No.
Because let me tell you this. So my God,
They should have this shit on YouTube though. I never
like to learn how to fly. I'm sure they do.
They should have like, hey man, get your YouTube. What the guy said to press?
But the thing is, it's like there's so many different planes, there's so many different type planes. Like the gauges is in different areas. It's like it's never the same. So it's like to answer your question about that though, like can somebody just? So let me tell you what ended up happening. So you remember like I told you about like the spatial disorientation, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's also like the anxiety level that come along with it too. So my guy Jam, the one I was telling you about earlier that like worked for me, I trust him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, me and him, we flew to Lafayette for lunch or something. We was coming back. I was like, hey, I said, you need to look at the gauge here and make sure it's not turning.
You're crazy.
So check this out. He like, oh my God, this ain't nothing. Bro, I'm telling you, he didn't last 5 minutes. His anxiety. So whenever you're looking at these gauges, it's like your anxiety for some odd reason. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but for some odd reason, like your anxiety started getting high. Like he was begging me. He like, bro, please take it. Like, please take it. Please. So that's what ended up happening in those situations. So it's like, I don't just see nobody just jumping in no plane and, I'm going to fly and land.
Yeah, but at this point, I think like, this is the only, because like either way we dying. So I think like no matter how anxiety you got, man, you better pull this shit to the side. Let's start watching some YouTube video because either way, some shit is about to happen. So I feel like at this point, I'll just like, I don't know, either way, I'll try to figure something out. I pull something. I hate planes,
but thing is, you got to
planes.
think about it though. I met this Indian girl at a gas station. Like, whenever you go to the gas station, they got those Middle Eastern people. And I met her, and I was just talking to her about, because she was going to school at McNeese to be a doctor, right? And I was like, why you want to be a doctor? And then she was like, yeah, that's the type of stuff my family want me to go to. And also, I want to become a doctor for one reason. It's stupid. But I'm like, you going there because you want it or because your family wanted it? He said, I wanted to, but I want it for one reason. I'm like, what's the reason? And I'm going to say that's going to sound funny. She says, I kind of want to be a doctor if one day I'm in a plane or something and then something happened. They say, if there's anybody here who's a doctor, and I couldn't raise my hand. And then thing is, that's one of my buddies. Like, she's like this girl, like so tiny. She's probably like not even 5 foot tall, less than 100 pounds. And I was just laughing. But the thing is, I feel like people always got those weird
reasons for doing things. Yeah.
But I'm saying that. Have you ever seen that movie with Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
You know about? I forgot the name of that movie. Soul Plane.
Okay.
So you know that scene where that dude was like, they say, hey man, can somebody land this plane? And that dude was like, yeah, I can do it from a simulation. Is that stuff that you think about when you're in a plane, like when you flying commercial?
I thought about that coming from Vegas the other day, because mine's getting painted right now. So we flew commercial, and I'm thinking about, damn, like something happened to these pilots. Like, I wonder if I can fly. I wonder if I can land this plane. But I don't know. But so it's like, yes, if we 30, 40,000 feet in the air and we have time and they have time, and there's no emergency, like the plane ain't messing up, probably so. Like, because, you can call on radio and they'll get a pilot familiar with the cockpit, whatever, and they can like step you through, hey, this button's going to be here. Like, oh, could I land it? I know I can land it. If that's all they got to tell me what speeds I need to be at, now I can land it. But the thing is, if we have a pilot that's dying and the plane about to crash, we're going to die. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Have you ever seen that movie by Denzel? I forgot what it's called. When he had to flip it upside down for like
planes can't fly like that, bro.
But you feel like your skills level are up there.
No. But so like the crazy thing is, so they got a manager that was working at Regional, Lake Charles Regional, Hunter. So he dropped the manager job and he's doing training in like Houston area now for you to go do that type of like learn how to like recover from spins, do flips and fly upside down. I'm actually gonna go do that. It's like $3,900 for 4 days. The only reason why I want to do it is to where if I'm in the clouds,
you can improve your skills.
I can recover and all that stuff. But yeah, dude, that's like, I can get there, but right now, I can't just be going out there flipping and flying.
Man, I feel like, man, the way I understand this concept, man, the way you're trying to sell it to me, man, over there is an hour, and you can do this shit in 20 minutes. I'll take the hour all day, bro. But I just feel like I feel safe.
But think about it, though.
I just feel safe.
It's a question of a fear factor, because I feel like if you think about it in life, there's like certain shit that is just so out of your control. To where like if you just ponder on those type of situations for so long, you're just gonna be one somebody that's living full anxiety. Because think about it, though. Every time you hop behind a wheel, somebody might just rear-end you.
I can live with that.
But thing is, you know what you can? You didn't accept that fact. You didn't accept it. Hey, it's part of life. That can happen. I feel like the moment you can find a way to switch your brain to that level, hey, if I'm in that plane right now, I'm going there, there's a big chance like a bird might run into the fucking engine and we crash. The moment your brain accepts it, you just okay with it.
Okay, but I'm understand that. This part, like, I'm with him so far. The part that I can get past is just like, okay, the chances surviving is very low. So then I ask myself again, if something happened when we took that flight, why was I supposed to be on that flight? I didn't have to. That's what's gonna kill me. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm just saying, I'm not supposed to be here.
Your chance of dying in a plane is way slimmer than a vehicle. 100%.
Yeah, that's what they say, though.
100%.
Okay.
And then you said that you feel more comfortable in a commercial plane, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable in no plane.
But the commercial, bro, like, I'm nervous every time I'm on one. Because they have these young kids flying these planes now that's probably, okay, let's say if they're even 28 years old, 30 years old. Okay, right? Most of the time, it's people that come from a family with money, right? Because they have the funds to send this person to go get this license or whatever, right? Because for one, it take $1,500 to even get to an airline. That take a lot of money. Like a regular 20-year-old is not going to be able to afford that, right?
Yeah.
So what that tell me is what real life situations has this kid been in? You know, because like I say, most of the time it's going, well, like the new ones is probably 20 years old, 20 to 30, let's say that, right? Like, what real challenges has this person faced, right? So now my brain start thinking, I'm like, so yeah, anybody can fly a perfectly flying airplane, right? So what happens whenever this dude, something happens, right? And you know, like how I told you, like you get nervous only a certain percentage of people like can handle it, right?
Yeah.
So how does a person that's in stress handle stress that ain't never had stress in a day in their life?
Yeah,
That's how I look at that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay, another thing about commercial airplanes is like the other day, we had a plane. The plane was late coming from Seattle, right? Because the weather. Well, they landed the plane, took the people off, cleaned it, put us on it. The whole time I'm like, bro, like I know y'all ain't have time to inspect nothing. That's what I'm, because I'm a pilot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, so now it's like, so that's the kind of things that I think about with these commercial planes, like that with the pilots. They human just like you. How do they handle stress?
Yeah, 2 weekends ago, like I mean, last weekend, three plane went down.
Back to back, bro.
Back to back. You know what I mean? That's the shit I'm talking about. I'm just saying, if I feel like I'm happy if I got somewhere to be okay, happy, like the way you're doing it, kudos to you, man. I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for you. And you're doing your thing. But you know, I'm rooting for you. I'm watching the phone. I see you doing your thing. My boy Derek is doing his thing. I'm happy for you.
Were you with your wife throughout this whole process of you getting your license, or was that you met her after?
Yeah, we was together.
Okay, but thing is, like, while you was going through that process, where you're like, okay, I'm getting me a plane, I'm about to get my own license, and then fly this damn thing myself. And I'm sure you've had to deal with close friends and family that be like, nigga, you tripping.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with that?
I mean, what the thing is, so she actually made me stop probably like 3 or 4 months into it. Because we had a real bad, like, tragedy here in Lake Charles, like when I first started. A guy named Rock, you know, he was like real popular. Everybody knew him. And matter of fact, I had seen him the Sunday. Like it was me, Alex, Steve, and this little chick named Natalie. We was flying to Oklahoma. We had seen him the Sunday. I think it was like a Wednesday or Thursday he died or something like that. I don't want to lie about the date, but it was something like that. Like we had just seen him. And when I was at work one day. It's like people start blowing up my phone because then I'll be in these airplanes. They're like, hey, bro, like you all right? We just heard about a plane crash. And I'm like, whoa. And come to find out it was him. And then my wife was like, hey, nah, like I need my husband, my children need their daddy, you know. But so I did stop after that. So that's how stuff like that happen. Like it do scare you, but like you get to a point to where, like you say, if something gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If you meant to die, you're gonna die. You know, so you just can't live your life like that.
I get that. I'm with you. I'm just saying. I just like I feel like it sounds really good. You know, I'm not saying, but no, the shit sounds really good. Think about what you're saying. It's just like to me again. I feel like maybe I missed. Why was I in his plane? Ask me why.
But thing is,
I'm just saying, I ask myself why something happened.
I know you didn't have it planned. Right? The thing is, it's just the mindset, the way you look at it, right? That day when we went to meet him for the first time, and then to where we were discussing about the podcast, or how we're gonna set up the date, he was like, "Hey man, y'all want to come to play with me?" Yes, it wasn't playing. But how many times you wake up every day and you go do something last minute, last second, that ain't playing.
Not a plane thing.
But it is not a plane thing, but it's still something that brings danger nonetheless. But okay, let me ask you this though. Let's just say the situation arrived, like for some reason, to it's kind of like, okay, you got to get a flight. An emergency, like a family emergency happened, God forbid, or something like that, to where you got to hop on a flight tomorrow.
I'll do that because I feel like, man, that was important. That was needed. That was needed. No, that was needed because my family needed me. I can live with that. Remind me again, why was it the plane that day?
But at the same time,
that's what I'm saying. Because like, I feel like
you go on roller coasters.
I'm
like,
saying,
you know this little what you may call them, this little mom and pop freaking thing that just show up fair that just show up out of no fucking where, and then they sit up in time for a weekend and bounce. I never trusted these things. I've always thought they were funny. Thinking if I go to Disney World, I'm cool, I'm chilling. But I feel like, okay, Disney got me. Plus, if something happened, my family's set. But those are the mom and pops. I never trusted them because I don't know if you guys recall when they had that one that like completely freaking collapsed. and then the whole thing hit the ground, and then this dude that was like 400 pounds or something, and he wasn't even supposed to be in there. I don't know if you guys recall that shit.
That was recently?
No, probably 2 years ago, give or take, 2-3 years ago. Yeah, that dude, like first of all, he was like overweight. He shouldn't even be in there.
Oh, he got paid. The family got paid.
Thing is, yes.
I think they got $100 million some dollars, bro.
But still, at the same freaking time, those little things were always finicky to me. Like, whenever I see those little freaking fake shit that just show up out of fucking nowhere and they set up in town for a week,
Oh yeah,
I've always felt like, man, nah.
They have those people like that though, dog. That is like, no, they're not supposed to be doing.
But this thing, I don't think it was movable. I think it was something that stayed there.
No, I think it was one of those that's like a movable thing type of stuff.
That's not my thing either. That's but I trying to like. I'm just saying. I got a mature black person. I'm not saying I'm not gonna die. It's just like I'm not looking for it either. It's just like It's just like, let's say for instance, like Derek said, hey man, what you doing this weekend? We get on the plane. We going somewhere. I think I'll do it.
You're gonna come, bro.
The whole time, though, I'm just asking to myself, if something happened.
But if something gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I feel like that's the mindset that's kind of like
flying with him now. I know he's smooth. I know you know what he's doing. I see when he, the landing was legit. Even though when we was turning, it was legit. I trust him. But I'm not doing it every weekend with him.
That kind of went viral. I want to say that was like a few years ago. That dude was with his friend flying a plane and pretended to pass out. I don't know how true it is.
That shit no joke, bro.
But you be like, I feel like that's kind of like a.
Oh, you talking about on YouTube? That dude that was on YouTube? Yeah, I see
that. That dude was flying the plane and he was like.
But that's not funny. That's okay? What the fuck? That shit is not funny.
I feel like you should do that to somebody. How can I win?
Bro, I do it all like that.
Hey, bro, that shit is not funny.
I act like I'm sleeping all the time.
Bro, that shit is not funny, bro.
Because look, I'm the type of person that I can't. I mean, I can drive, but it's like driving. And she know I'm like type of person. If I sit there too long, I'll be like. So what I purposely do to her, I'll be flying a plane. I know she like, because when she be like, she unplug a thing to where she can't hear me, right? So every once in a while she'll look at me to see if I'm still up. You know what I mean? So what I do is if I know she looking at me, I go.
Boy, that shit
Then I do like that. She be like, hey.
That shit is not funny, bro. That shit is not funny.
I feel like if I finally got my license, especially I know I'm dealing with somebody that's like a nervous Nancy like that. Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna do it to her like I pass out completely.
Before you can convince me to get in the plane with you, bro, you have to have hours and
But
hours.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm certified. If you think like, man, I just got my license, bro. Hey, man. Let's go. Nah, bro.
Yeah, nah, you should not be. No, bro. All jokes aside, dog. Like, if a person ain't got hours, bro, don't be getting no airplane with them.
I'm sure you went through the whole thing. You went through your 1,500 hours. You know.
No, I don't have that many. But I only have like, I think I'm at like 700 now. But I go finish.
No, I'm saying like you got your license, you went through the proper course or whatever. Mm-hmm. What was that feeling when you got your first plane to it? It's like now ain't nobody holding your hand. You got to put your big boy pants and figure it out. How was that feeling?
So I actually bought the plane before I finished getting my license, because I wanted to like train in it. But it was cool. But whenever I first took that, so whenever Jennifer stepped out the plane and I was taxiing to go take off, I'm like kind of scared, bro, because it's like you up here by yourself, anything.
Ain't nobody getting there. Hey man, do this now. You ain't supposed to do that. Yeah,
bro. So I'm taking off, and I take off, and I'm like, well, you up here, dog. Like ain't nothing you can do, and I just fly, and I have the video of my first landing by myself. It was perfect. After that, I felt like, man, you feel like you all this. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you the shit, bro. Nah, bro. But it's so much to that. It's like every time you feel like you the man or you good at it, like something will knock you back down, bro. It's like,
I'm just like, so the thing is the thing with the plane is just like sitting for an hour. I know you're watching all this gauge and stuff like that, but you never get bored. Like he's just like, man, it's the same fucking thing like or just the fear, or just to not fuck up. Just keep you focused on.
In my old plane.
Any plane. I'm talking about any other plane. I'm just saying like
in the old when I would get bored because it ain't much. It's like you get up there, you lean it out, you pull your prop back, pull your throttle back, and you look at your gauges, trim it, set autopilot. My autopilot, nothing was on the heading though, but I trim it up to where like it stay level and fly straight. Like, dude, yeah, it get boring. But my new plane, the big one, bro, it's like it's so much constantly going on in that thing, and it's so much to watch because those things they're turbo engines. So, like you gotta constantly watch temperature. You constantly adjusting the fuel, adding fuel, taking away fuel. So it's like, nah, I never, dude. I can be in there for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and it feel like I only been there for an hour. You know, because it's like it's so much going on. It's it's a really complex plane. I'm constantly looking at my pressurization. I'm constantly looking to make sure my pressurization differential is good. You know, make sure my cabin's good. It's just so much going on.
But is that or like when you put the plane on autopilot? So, but you still gotta watch those gauges.
You still gotta watch the gauges.
Shit.
No, I'm sure they have. I'm not that.
The
cool.
big planes, I was wondering if they'd go autopilot if the plane take over everything, or it's just like take over the low.
Oh, usually, man. So like the newer planes, like I rode up in my first nice jet I rode in was the Falcon 100. That was with Alex. It was Jason Garcia's plane, and man, dude, he let me rotate it. Like I rotated, I was 500 feet, push a button in the plane, do everything else. Now you still gotta like pull the prop back, but it's like, and you still watching stuff. And then the second one, the same thing. I was with Chad up in the citation, and yeah, 500 feet. You know what? I think it was probably at 1,000, but I think at 500 feet, you just press the autopilot. You just gotta pull it, and they just fly. Jets is the easiest thing in my.
So Jets is gonna be.
I think if you got 20 mil, 15, 20 mil
they
sitting
expensive.
around.
But now you can buy some jets for around 600-700, but whenever something break on it, I'll be ready. You know what I mean?
A hole in your pocket.
Yeah, man. Because some of them things, bro, it's like will usually be a $4,000 to $5,000 fix on my plane. You talking about $40,000 to $50,000? It's a big difference, bro. You know.
But how is that? I mean, of course, you talk about like the flying it, how enjoying it. Like what happened whenever that bill come up? That's like you said, $4,000 or $5,000.
With me,
yeah.
I mean, it depends on how often it's happening, right? So I had a situation with my small plane. Like, dude, I had to spend like $5,000 on fixing magnetos, right? And here he is 8 to 9 months later, have another one go out. And I'm like, dang, bro. It's like, okay, fine, I'll fix it. Spend $1,800 fixing that plus the labor, whatever that costs. Then it's like 2 weeks later, I go to fly. I go to take off 6 o'clock in the morning. It sounds like the plane acting funny. Okay, I get over to Sulphur and I land and I take off again. The plane like acting crazy. And like I had to do emergency landing at Lake Charles. I had to leave my plane there for 4 days, 5 days, right? That's whenever it gets aggravating. It becomes not fun anymore. You know, now I'm $8,000 in on a dang on magneto. You know, like that's whenever but the other times, like when I'm flying, I'm spending fuel, it don't even matter. You know, it's like, you know.
I'm sure they got like the typical maintenance you gotta do every 6 months plus the inspection and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Once a year, you got to do them. I think the maintenance on my small one last year, my annual was $3,600, which wasn't bad. But all the little stuff hit me in between. Now my big one, and that one just came out of annual. That one was $24,000. That was annual. But I mean, hey, it needs to be done.
Yeah. But expensive hobby, pretty much.
It is expensive, but. You know, we went to Nashville the other day. It took us 2 hours to get there, 1 hour and 40 minutes to get back. It's like, bro, life changing. You know, like if I would have had my plane this weekend, like for Vegas, right? Bro, if you're gonna drive to Houston, like, okay, it'll take you 2.5 hours to get to Houston. You're gonna take 30, 40 minutes for the bus to come get you. And then you got to get to the airport. You got to check your bags. And you got to sit there for 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Then you got to fly to Vegas. And you got to get your bags. Then you got to get. That's a 10 to 12 hour day. Yeah. My plane, my big one. Like if we take off, we're gonna have to make one landing, fill up, land in Vegas. Like we're good. That's probably a 5.5 hour day, 6 hour day.
So I'm telling you, it sounds good. I'm just saying, it sounds good. It's just like, okay, so like you said, you know. All this time, but I made it to Vegas healthy, then taking the risk to be on the plane. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to because I understand why now. I'm only speaking based on ignorance and fear because I feel like maybe if I know how to ride a plane, maybe the fear will go away. But that's of right now, just by seeing and knowing like the fear that I have, like it's only like the chance of surviving. Even though the plane don't, it's not like every day you hear plane drops. You know what I mean? It's not something that happened. But just being in there, it's just crazy to me because to me, like if I haven't flown in a minute, the first time I fly, so let's say I put like 3, 4, 5 months or 6 months I haven't flown. The first time I get on the plane, it's just my mind is killing me, bro. Oh yeah, this is it. That's the last time.
You never get used to it.
The takeoff gonna explode. I'm talking about like I'm out here, bro, fighting everything. Like,
but
man,
I'm gonna tell you what, though. I'm gonna tell you what, though.
Literally.
It's a question of fear, right? Fear will stop you from doing anything and everything because you got that fear of failure, fear of this might happen, fear of I might die. I'm gonna tell you an interesting story. I've been wanting a bike. Always wanting to go to cycle. The thing is, I always tell myself, if I ever get one, it ain't gonna be because I can ride it all day. It's gonna be like something I just hop on a Sunday morning and just go in the backwoods, get the wind hit my face and come back home and park it. That wouldn't be something I'd get up every fucking day and be like,
just go ride it,
let me go hit the interstate and do 120, 130, because that's not how I'm thinking about it in my head. And the thing is, I never bought that bike. And I mean, the first time I was saving for that bike, I had like $3,000 saved up for that bike. And I'm like, and I was looking on Facebook, asking people, hey, man, y'all got a bike or whatever. That same week, I remember that girl I was dating at that time woke up and got a phone call like at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then she had like an old neighbor, which was like somebody, like a young little dude that she knew that got decapitated on 210. And I remember riding, I took that money. Man, me and her went to Florida and just spent it all. Because I was like, no, it's kind of like every time I'm saving money for that stuff, something come up.
A bike ain't it, bro. It ain't.
You got a situation in the bike like that, huh?
Yeah, bro. Like, dude, like I almost died, bro. Like, I got messed up. Like, you can still see the scars all on my butt everywhere. My dad seen that accident. He was right behind me in the car. He seen my bike just. He seen bike parts just flying everywhere. He thought his son was dead. You know how you have those, like the lane coming this way and then you're here? I was rolling in no cars. I was just rolling. It felt like I was just rolling. Never again, dude.
What you was trying to do?
Man, so
It
was my fault. Hey, there's 90% of the situation.
That's why I always feel like if I get one,
You're
I'm
gonna
be
do it.
safer because thing is,
You're not.
People always say that they're like, man, you gotta push it. You're not the first person that told me that.
Bro.
But I always felt like the fact that I recognize the danger, I'm gonna be more cautious towards it.
Tell us the story.
Bro, look, I'm gonna tell you why. So you know my best friend I told you we were talking about the airplanes with, right?
Yeah.
So he is the most scariest dude in the world.
More scarier than this dude?
Oh yeah, bro, he's scary. Like you're like, nah, bro. So that's how I met him because of the bikes, right? So like he like safe. He like, bro, the dude had an Escalade, he drive the Escalade. If it's 50 miles an hour, probably gonna drive at 40 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? So he riding his bike, he see us popping wheelies. I'm waiting on him one day to come meet me at the crib. That's when I was living in Iowa. I'm like, dang, I ain't hear from Jared. Bro, I called him 100 times and I finally get a call. He's like, hey bro, I'm in the hospital. He always joking. I'm like, what? He said, nah, dog, like I'm for real. I'm in the hospital. I'm like, so we all shoot up there. Dude done broke both, trying to pop a wheelie, done broke both of his legs. Both of his legs, bro.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I don't like motorcycle because I'm a speed freak, so I like to push it.
Yeah,
and
bro.
I just know,
but that's why
I will do
listen.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna
That's
do
why
it.
I say I
And
trust
that's the
myself
way.
in a sense, right?
Okay, bro.
Because recently I purchased my dream car. It took me about 3 months before I finally pushed it to like.
But did you push it?
You pushed it.
120.
Yes or no?
But think about it though. Even though I pushed it to 120, but it's not like something that to like every single time I hop behind the wheel that I do it though.
Wow. Well, how's that feeling?
No.
How did it
Of
feel?
course it was nice, but
felt
then
good, yeah. And then you gonna wanna
So you
feel it
tell-
again.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again. You go to that same road again where you pushed it. You're not gonna go to 120
Hey,
again?
but probably not. But think about it. I'm gonna tell you what though.
I want a yes or no.
I'm gonna tell you what though. I'm gonna tell you what
Yeah.
though. Hey, he can tell you himself. Because after I purchased the car, I was driving it for like a month or so. I was like, man, like how was it? What's the speed on it? I'm like, you know what's funny? I haven't pushed this thing up to even 90 miles an hour. For how long I told you that damn near every week?
Yeah, but okay, that's what he's saying.
It's gonna happen, bro.
At some point, you're gonna be like, just like when you was on that road, you're like, man, shit, you know what? I must push this thing.
Because
and you did.
Because like you get like this, after you feel it, cause okay, whenever you did that 120, it was like, damn, that shit felt good, right?
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me with that damn motorcycle, bro. So we was at the red light. I pulled that thing. I was like, oh, it came out. I said, I'm gonna do that shit again. Bro, I swear, dog. So when I came down, they said, like my homeboy Marvin was like, dude, that's what happened. That power band kicked in. So like the motorcycle RPMs is already up. Then when I came back down, like it hit, then that thing just went boom. So all that to say, like you're gonna do it, and you're gonna keep doing it until
I always feel like
you're gonna keep. The first time it was 120, the second time be 140. Next thing is 160. But then the next thing you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But the thing is like, I don't know. Maybe,
It's human though.
It's
It's
like
a
right
thing.
now, I'm at that older age, so it's kind of like I understand the risk ain't worth the fucking reward to it now. I thought I've been that much to chill the hell out.
It don't go away.
It's gonna feel because when you national and then you know this is electric, and when you push, and that shit is going and it's going. That feeling, and you first you do it, you're like, ooh, and that's all you keep thinking about.
That's all you keep thinking about.
You keep thinking about it. The next time you find you in that situation again, man, come on, man, you're gonna do it again. And then the more you do it 2 or 3 times, and nothing happened, you're gonna push it to the limit. That's something we do. That's because human and
that's it, bro.
But thing is, I feel like maybe back in the day, back in my early 20s, I was that crazy. But now I feel like I know enough to it. That's why I keep saying to it, I feel like, okay, it ain't worth the risk no more. So I feel like I'm in that mindset.
So why did you push it to 120? Because you wanted to do it
First of all, I'm gonna tell you why I pushed it to 120 though. I pushed the car to 120 because first of all, I was like on some back road, like coming from Houston. I was on some little back roads, so it's like I wasn't going to I-10 or the typical route. I forgot the name of that interstate. So it's like you hit the back road and into it, we connect with I-10 and Beaumont. I can't think of the name of it.
But that's Highway 90.
No, that's not 90.
No?
I think it was 90. I forgot the name of that highway. But anyway, I was in there talking about road empty, there's no car in sight. And I'm like, let me see what this thing can do.
Okay.
And like you said, it's electric. And then that thing, I was doing like 60. The 60 to 120, you'll probably have it in less than 2 seconds. Like, I'm talking about like when you do it, like, oh shit.
Them cars fast, you got.
Yeah.
Bro. They fast.
And the thing is, it was like one quick hit. Like, it was like an adrenaline rush. I did that for like 2 miles. And then like, oh shit, that was fun. And then I chill back with my little 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, he might have some, he might.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
Bo, you see that feeling? Hey, okay. So cool. Not too long ago, I was at your house, right? I was at his house, and then we go do something. Come back, and it's neighborhood. Did you push it or not?
Hey, you push it.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, hey, next thing you know is this is the thing. Bro, I'm about to show you. This is gonna make you.
But no, but
That's it,
He
bro.
did it.
He did it. And your neighbor, think about it. If a kid was just going this bike,
if you're talking about push it, because I feel like right now what you're saying ain't got no context in it. I'm gonna tell you why I felt like you ain't got no context. We was talking about cars. He was like, I don't know why you like those damn electric cars so much. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what this thing can do. And I pushed it to it like all it did was bench his head down. And now I don't even think I reached 40.
It doesn't matter. Just the whole point of
it's like the whole point of
like, it's just the fact you do. Think about like we go. If I was talking shit to and we was in that road, what would you do?
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm about to show you what it's gonna do.
I know myself. I would do.
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's why I stay away. It's just like in the car. Even though I don't know how to drive slow. I really don't know how to drive slow. So I know if I get on a motorcycle, I'm gonna be dead. Yeah, that's guaranteed.
Man, I feel like I'd be alright. Because the thing is, as a matter of fact, I just realized I got a whole plane right there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's funny. Right there.
Hey, but anyway, like, okay, do you know? Okay, I'm a car guy, right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like if I see a McLaren, I can tell you it's a McLaren 720, it's a McLaren 750.
I really don't know cars like that.
But I don't think like, are you like that with plane?
Not really, bro.
With nothing.
Nah, dude, because I'll be like, I'll see these problems, like, man, what's that? I'm like, that's how I am with everything in life, bro. Like, I'm weird. Like, I'm like the type of person, like, I only want to know what I need to know to operate this or that, you know?
But I feel like the fact that you're such a fan, so you keep track of planes
No.
or
No.
no. So if you see that plane, you're like, ooh, that's that type of
No, if I
plane.
see something cool, I'm going to go research it. And I'll probably look at it for a couple of days. I can't afford that, whatever. I ain't going to look at it no more, you know?
So you never see like, so the plane you got right now, you're not looking at maybe like something like to upgrade it to a different one. This is like,
Nah, man, because
this is it.
It's nothing else to go to, be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is something else to go to, but like financially, like why, you know, like money wise, it don't make sense.
Okay.
You know, because they have, would I like a King Air? Hell yeah, I like a King Air, but the maintenance on it is only gonna get me there 20 minutes faster, and it ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Like I got something that move fast. It's the fastest pin twisting pin. It's the fastest twin piston in the world. You know, so. It's nothing really else to go to. It's affordable, you know. For me, it's affordable, you know. But yeah, it's really nothing else to look at. So I don't never. If I'm online looking at an airplane, I'm looking at other Aerostars. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's like I mean, there's nothing else to look at. Would a PC-12 be nice? Hell yeah.
See,
But I mean,
what he's talking about.
I mean, I don't need it, but
I feel like he's speaking Chinese to me.
But you
right
can
now.
tell me like right now, but just by looking at this figure, you can't quite tell me, oh, this is this kind of
I
plane
don't know
or
what
whatever.
it
Because this
is.
thing got like
I
three.
think that's your plane right there.
No, that's
that
not
little,
his.
the small one.
But this one got three freaking motors on there.
I never even seen a plane like that. Like
So you
that
never seen
out.
one with three engines, like two
No,
on the
I've
side and
seen
one
some
on the
before.
front.
I've never seen one on the front and side, and they probably make that.
Yeah, just bullshit.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
But the thing is, whenever you're going like you're trying to get your license or whatever, how do they start? Do they trying to give you like a whole background on plane, like who created that shit in the 1900s type shit?
But bro, you'd be surprised at people that already go in like knowing, like all, and I'm like, I've never been that person. Like to know everything. Bro, half of the people that start this crap, they have simulators at home. Like,
I think I'd rather start. I feel like my best option is something
But
simulation.
don't that throw you off? Because I remember you were telling me like right now if they put you behind a cylinder, you
I'm
saw
dying.
you
We
like you
dying.
suck behind it.
Oh yeah, we dying like.
But-
like one of my daughter's friend dad, he have one. And I was over there for a birthday party. I'm trying to fly this thing. I'm like, bro, I just like the plane starts spinning, I crash. Like I just can't fly that jump. You
So
know?
why you think that is though? I mean, I feel like that don't make sense because you can't find a real thing.
Because it ain't real life.
Yeah.
It don't matter. That's why I don't play
I
video
guess
games. Because
the man is it's not there's no something like how you call this a Grand Theft Auto. That man is living Grand Theft Auto.
Man, stop, bro.
He's upgrading his character and real life. There is no such thing like fuck Grand Theft Auto.
yeah, man.
But
It's
let me ask
like
you this though, because clearly as people we all into things. Whether it's like it's something that's weird to the rest of the world, but there's something that interests you. But clearly you into aviation.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever you're watching Top Gun or a movie like that, do you find yourself being geeked out in that moment because it's about planes, or it's just another movie to you?
So let me tell you, Top Gun was, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Top Gun was just a cool movie to me. Like the whole.
But like you didn't see all those jets doing all those kind of shit. You were like, damn.
You know what movie, like, not that movie, but another movie Tom Cruise is in that made me like, damn, I'm happy, excited was American Made.
Oh, yeah.
And the only reason why
because
is
he was flying the small plane.
the same plane. No,
Yeah.
like his first drug plane was the exact same plane that I have. So I'm like, damn, bro, my plane can do that.
Yeah.
Like the way he landed up in that neighborhood was like just like it's like stuff like that. But I've never got adrenaline off of watching something off of a movie wanting to go do it. I'm just weird, bro. It's
I
just
mean, you
weird.
ever feel like it's just a like you see a plane coming, like you say, oh yeah, man, that's a like you said, that's a B2C. And I
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But that's what makes it all into
I
weird
think you
shit.
can lie some. You can lie to me. I'll take it. Oh, you see this one right here? This is like a B2C, and it can fly. I mean, I don't.
But that's why I kind of asked him because Mark Hard is in a few movies. I think it's in that movie Red One.
Yeah. No, not
That movie
Red
with what you call it?
I know which one you're talking about. That's the one with The Rock.
The Rock, yes.
And,
like in the beginning phase when I did hop in the car.
He was a white one.
He was a white one. Thing is,
Yeah.
what? Recently, I put that movie just so I can see that scene. When you get to that scene, I turn it up. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, because you have the car. That's why. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have the car, you'd be like, whatever.
Hey, man, don't make it seem like a normal thing. That's
That's one of the main reasons for me with the American made, though.
the dude just stood there.
Hey, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
He just put the movie on. After the car showed up, he seen the wild driver and said, all right, man, go. Movie.
Shit, man. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm good. I ain't got nothing to say.
I got some cool shit, bro. Yeah.
That's crazy.
My shit movie.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
But anyway,
man,
we've been BSing for God knows how long. I think our producer forgot to put the timer. Because sometimes we set up a timer so we don't go overboard. But I feel
How
like
long we been going?
Who knows?
Oh, we good, man.
Oh, we're chilling.
Yeah, we good.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Man, we having fun though. But I'm just saying. I mean, I appreciate what you do because to me, this is like you come living. They got surviving. You're not surviving no more. You're living. Now you're living life right, and you do things when you want to do it. You're doing your hobby stuff, and come from like like you said, people like you that's not supposed to be doing that. Hear stories like this, you be like, man, if he can do it, I can do it. I'm not talking about, I mean, I'm inspired by your story. Till the plane part, I'm never going to say like, get them behind the plane. That's not my thing. But yeah, and I'll say you said, dude, that's legit. You know what I mean? Like you think about it. You was talking about like 2013, like you said, and then next thing you know, you actually living it. And that's beautiful to see. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people watching us like, man, thinking like, man, oh, I can't do it. There's no way. And when you're looking at, you hear somebody's story, say like, and then the worst part is like, oh shit, I was in the same situation. And sometimes you even feel like my situation was better than the one he got. And if he can do it, I can actually do it. So that's the best part about like doing the podcast when people like you come in and we having a conversation, we're joking, we're having fun, and people have the chance to hear the stories. And I like what you do, bro. And the channel, I feel like the channel's gonna grow. I'm gonna keep watching you doing your thing because that's just legit.
They get mad at like my wife tells me, she say, you spending too much time editing the movies. I'm like, well, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's like,
but
at least I'm at home.
One thing I kind of noticed, because I got a cousin that's like a pilot also. You know Gerald, right?
Yeah.
That's his brother. You probably never met him.
Yeah,
but he's into playing also. And the one thing I noticed, because people got all kind of weird hobbies they're into. But the one thing I noticed, there's like a one hobby I've seen people do it right, where it's kind of not just them doing it within their own time, enjoying it, but they want to show the world, that's what I'm doing, and it's fun as shit. It's people that's into planes. What do you think that is? Because I know that's about 3 people I know that know how to fly a plane, that do it like they really,
post it and everything.
They post everything. They want people to see how cool this shit is.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. So you asking me like, why do I post it? Like, man. So for one, for me is if something ever happened to me. Well, the main reason is like like people can see, they can do it too, whatever. But it's mostly for like my memories, right? Like if anything happened to me, like people can go back and look at this, look at that. That's why all my stuff is like on my social media. That's one of the things, like all my memories is there, and phones too. If you lose something on the phone, it's on social media. And another thing is, it's a good thing for business people to know their own businesses, right? So you can know somebody do a trade, right? Or have a certain business, right? But if you don't see from them a while back, from a while or hear from them for a while, and you have say if you have an arcing switch in your house, right? You got a homeboy that you know that's an electrician, but if you ain't seen his face, you ain't heard from him at all, you like when in the time of need, you forget about it, right?
Yeah.
So anytime you're gonna get on Derek's social media, anytime you're gonna get on social media, you're gonna see Derek's face on the story every day, right? Right? Yeah. So it's like so whenever a plumbing issue happens, I'm like, oh shit, I just seen Derek
That
face.
is a genius way of looking at it. That is a genius way of looking at it.
It was like I've always been good at the marketing, bro, and I think
That's
that's another big thing, bro.
That's deep though. I'll give you that.
Nah,
yeah,
you're right,
bro.
bro. I never thought about it.
You
that
always
way.
see my face, and you know I do plumbing. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, I just seen Derek flying an airplane. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's another reason why I did. I mean, I have all kind of reasons why I did do it.
But I wanna go before like I wanna talk about because I feel like this is what's important. When the hurricane happened in is it Oklahoma?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. And for when you go help all these people, where that sense of community come from? Because that was legit.
Dude, in all honesty, like even when I was a child, like I've always liked to help. You know, and it's like I'm not saying I'm just this person out here just giving every day. I do what God tell me to do. You know, like I can do for this situation because God put it in my heart to like want to do. But I always told God though, I'm like, man, God, like if you give me money and I can afford to do something to help somebody, I'm gonna do it. Like I've always stuck to that. And I always had like you know how people have a passion to like how you had that passion to want that car, right?
Yeah.
Like I've always had that like passion, like, dang man, like I wish I had the money to where I can do this and do that. You know, that's why whenever stuff come up like that wasn't the first time I did something like that, bro. 2016, dude. July 2016, that's when I opened up my business and I officially started it. August 2016 is whenever Baton Rouge got flooded. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Dude, I shut down my business August for 7 full days. I made a post on social media, reaching out to people. Hey, look, I'm gonna get a group of people together. I'm not gonna charge on anything. Dude, we went out there for, I think it was like 7 days straight. We gutted a house a day, worked 16 hours like we was getting paid for it, bro. Most people didn't have insurance. So they couldn't afford to pay nobody $6,000-$7,000 to come gut this house. Bro, we was gutting a house a day. I did that. I did that time, you know, I fed the community a couple of times, and then this right here. You know, the whole...
What goes to the North Carolina with the whole... What
brought it up to it?
Yeah.
I knew what was going on. I felt bad for him. And one of my friends, David Lejeune, he's another pilot. He was like, hey, man, you know, they have like this thing that like they have like areas to where like vehicles can't get to. Only small planes can get in to like bring the products from here to here. And he was like, there's an organization. I was like, well, let's look into it. And after that, bro, it's like, I put it on my heart. I was like, well, let's do it. And I made the post. KPLC hit me up and I went and bought a bunch of groceries. And we loaded up the airplanes. We just went. That's how that happened, bro. Like,
that's legit, though.
Yeah.
You know, because you didn't have to, you know?
No.
At the end of the day, like when somebody do stuff like this, where you have no reason to do it, and you just go ahead and do it. To us, that's legit. You're not looking for clout or nothing like that. It was just...
So look, me and Tyson and I, we were just talking about this yesterday because he's another person like that, man. That's the guy that's painting his business painting plane. You know, we was talking about that, and it's like he's a very passionate person, like a great dude, bro, like good-hearted, you know. And me and him was talking like about how just like helping is like, bro, it ain't no how like that, bro. Like you get have you ever done anything like that, bro? Like you know, like the feeling that you, they're like the feeling you get from that is like nothing can give you that feeling. Go buying the most expensive this, doing this, traveling here, ain't nothing like helping people that like truly need you.
People that in that moment or in need, and then now you're being there for them.
You're helping people, but you're helping yourself too in the process.
It helps your mental, bro.
Yes, he helps your mental. It's kind of like, even though like, you know, it's you're giving, it's a good feeling when you give back and help people. Like I help a lot of people in Haiti, so I understand that.
It's a good feeling, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a good feeling. I love helping people, so that's my thing. So
the thing is that we got this that's something I recently said in this podcast. Now I'm reiterating myself. We got this friend that we've, me and my brother, we kind of help. And the thing is, like, every time you see him, the gratitude, he expressed in his face, it's like a great feeling in a sense. And the thing is, kind of like, sometimes I'm like, dude, man, don't worry about that. And that was like, he was like, dude, I gotta say thank you, because, you know, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be able to do this, and that. I'm like, dude, then that is just one person. Think about, like, if that you were doing that for a whole community, somebody that just got affected by the hurricane or earthquake or some natural disaster, or somebody that's like a family member, or something like that. Yesterday we were having a conversation, me and him, and I was like, if I get to be rich as hell or more, there's a certain thing I still can't quite do with money. It's because I got too much respect for money too. It's kind of like, I'm not gonna be able to say, hey man, I'm rich as shit, I'm just gonna buy a shoe for $1 million. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Because I was gonna be like, okay, that kind of money can change and save so many lives.
Yeah, bro.
Something that is way more important than any fucking shoe. Because at the end of the day, I recognize that shit's just gonna go with my fucking feet and look good. But you can use that money and save so many fucking lives.
To make a change, make changes, dog. Yeah.
I like shout out Michael Boyer because he do a good thing in the community
Ain't
too.
that something?
Yeah, he did the thing for the Christmas where he give
I did like
the
a
Christmas
toy
drive, the toy drive. That's legit, you know, having all these people, helping all these people. So shout out Michael Boyer
Mike's
for doing
another good dude, bro. Let me tell you something. And I feel he don't do it for clout, bro. Like, it's just something that he really want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know the money that dude raised?
I didn't know he raised any money. I know he
Bro.
was selling us after the hurricane. Like, he pretty much was out there cooking for everybody.
Bro, he raised, like, people supported that movement, dude. There's like $60-something thousand he raised. He bought over $60-something thousand worth of toys. And he gave her the concert thing over there at the Urban Air.
Yeah.
They gave out food. They was feeding the community. And I'm like, dang, dude, that was cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Right?
That
That's what
was
I
cool,
see. I see the
bro.
pictures, and even like, you know, the part where he asked him about his legacy, and then he tagged the Haitian King Podcast on that. I think that was legit. You know, people too had the chance to see him do that, because I look at, they got people with money. They don't do that. At some point, you don't have to do it. The fact that you choose to help doing that, you can have a normal business and you don't care what's going on in the community. And I mean, you know, kudos to you if you don't want to do that. But when you see somebody that's just like, hey, I want to give back, you know what I mean? I want to help, you know. And then, you know, Christmas, they got a lot of kids. They don't even know where the toys coming from and stuff like that. And you can put a smile on people's face. To me, that's legit.
I'm going to tell you this, though, bro. Like, the reason why I have so much respect for people that, like, really do that, I don't care how much money you have, right? Doing that, taking your time to do that, bro, I don't care how much time you have. Like, it is a draining time, bro. Because it's not only, like, organizing things, it's, like, mentally draining, too. Like, because only an emotional person that have, you know, like that can tie their emotions to other people, right?
Yes.
Only those type of people can, like, genuinely do those kind of things. And it's like, what happens is, it's like your mental and your heart and your feelings start getting involved with the way, like, I'm sure with Mike, whenever he's giving out these toys, you see, like, these kids, it's like, these kids really do need this. And so you start feeling bad for this kid, and it's like so much of your energy leave every time you feel
it takes a toll on you.
It takes a toll on you. So that's why I have, like, a different respect for people that do that type of stuff. It's just like us whenever we went to North Carolina, bro. I cried. Like, many a times I, like, had to walk away and cry. Because we seen these people, and it's like, they was messed up, but they wasn't as messed up as the other people. And they're there helping. They don't have nothing either. And they're like, I remember one specific time that made me cry whenever we was on the plane, like we had landed the plane up in this mountain airport. It was like in the mountains. And as soon as we pull up, like, it's like probably 100 people, like, formed from here all the way to the truck, and everybody was just taking it out the plane. I got so emotional. You know, it's like, it takes so much from you, like, mentally. I came home, I probably was tired for 2 weeks afterwards. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So whenever people do stuff that, bro, it's like, it's not them, oh, I got a lot of money, I'm gonna do it. Nah, bro, it's emotional ties and all, like, with it, you know? That's why it's like, I can't do that as much. It's like, I had did this food drive off of 12th and 14 at the Walgreens. That junk hit me emotionally so bad, bro. Like, I had wanted to do another one 6 months later, but, like, just emotionally, I was just drained. I just couldn't, you know, like, you had people asking for full boxes of pizza. You know, it's like, you're like, yeah, please take this. But it's like, so, like, you go home and you start thinking, you're like, damn, it's like, it's a $5 box, a $5 box of pizza. And it's like,
it's sometimes, because it's like, when you think about it, when you living your life, right? And your life is you living a decent life, right? And then now you create a bubble. and never time you never had a chance to be around people that's really struggling. Sometimes you forget that even though you know, but you never have truly live it, where you see
never
somebody
experience it, like,
but when somebody, when you're doing that and you get just like somebody asks you for like a box of pizza, and it's like, oh, damn. And it's kind of like take you like, damn, like back to reality. It's just like when, you go in Haiti, like people calling you and then they just ask you for some money and you just realize, damn. And they'll take you back to like when I was in Haiti, that make you like, damn, kind of fuck with you.
Yeah, bro.
You got people really struggling. And that, like, sometimes as human, we life is good. Sometimes it's like, even though about like life and death situation, you don't realize somebody, how death is important. I'm talking not important, but kind of hit you till like somebody close to you. Then you realize, oh shit, man, life is short and stuff like that. It's the same concept. Like, when you give back, it can take a toll on you, because that's when you realize, like, somebody asks you for the thanks to you. That's
nothing.
It's nothing for the level you're in right now. But as you realize, damn,
they really
like,
need this.
Yes, it's just like, damn, it's just like, and you see them, like, if you can see them eating it, like, and they got the joy, and you just see this. To me, it can emotionally.
It takes a toll on you, bro.
Toll on you.
Yeah, so that's why I say, bro, anytime like I see that, I'm like, I can imagine what they're feeling at the moment. It feel good and all, but then it's like it starts to eat you and eat you and eat you.
Yeah, because after that for the box of pizza, and that you go back to your normal life, but that person is still need, he's still in the same situation. But let me ask you this: what you want your legacy to be when everything's said and done?
Never been asked that question before, but I don't know, just Derek.
Let me hear you take it through like the whole. Because I remember when we first got in your plane, before we even took off, before you even prayed, you even said, "Man, I'm not supposed to be here," because that's something you say pretty often. So, like, in a sense, it's kind of like you're defying reality.
Well, for one, I want whenever people to think about Derek, right, that I was a given person, not only things in financial or food or whatever. Like, I'm talking about like knowledge, right? Like, I want people to be like that. Derek wasn't a selfish person. Like, to sit down and to explain things to people, or, hey man, like I remember that time Derek, like I didn't even know this dude. I asked him about things and he took 45 minutes out of his time from his family and explained to me life and where to go, what to do. I've done that to multiple dudes. Like, I had it twice in the same barbershop happen to me. My cousin was cutting my hair and I had a dude come up to me in the church like, man, Derek, thank you. And my cousin was like, what? And I told him the story. Like, we was over there he was working at, the Chuck E. Cheese. And he used to ask me what I did, blah, blah, blah. I stopped doing what I was doing. I was there with my son. I explained to this dude, like, I knew what was going on. And it's like, told him what to do, and he came back and told me, say, man, thank you so much. I had two dudes at that same barbershop in that same chair and asked them, thank you. It's like, that's what I want my legacy to be like, for people to be like, that dude wasn't a selfish person. Like, he wanted everybody to have the same he had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a genuinely good dude. You know what I mean? That's all and my children, I want them to feel that they had the best dad. You know what I mean? That's what I want to be remembered by, bro. That's it. Not Derek had an airplane or Derek had the nice motorcycles and car. I'm grateful for it. It's cool and all, but I don't want to be known by that. I want to be known by, like, Derek was genuinely a good dude and he cared for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, there you go,
man. It was really fun. We laughed.
No, we had fun, man. Yeah. Like, that was like a genuine conversation.
Had a good time.
Things what people not gonna know is we started this probably about an hour before we started recording everything. So we've been enjoying this conversation for a little while now. And then the thing is, of course, we have to, get ourselves together and get this whole thing, on camera and continue with the whole conversation. But me personally, I've genuinely enjoyed. We talked about everything. We go from, like, this whole thing started from, we got to planes, it got to bikes, it got to motorcycles, it got to that shit went all over the place, and then that's why we kind of
Yeah, it's like it's never enough time, so you be like, I'm here.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. At this point, like, Derek is a friend now, because it's not the first time we're shooting. We're having a good time. We're laughing. We're joking. We're talking about all kind of stuff. So that's what make it like, there's content valuable, authenticity. Yeah. We're not pushing anything. So, when you do the podcast, you never know where it's gonna go.
You never know where it's gonna go.
We just go with the flow.
And I'm sorry if we was like, because I know we probably was like here and we was there. But that's just good conversation. We just having a good time.
It's not
like
an
you
interview.
excited.
We never look at this as an interview. Look at it as a conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And we just having a good time. So for people that don't know, we did shoot this podcast before, and we was fucked up, and it was bad. So we just said, man, let's do this thing again.
Let's do this again, bro.
This time we do it with just water.
With just water,
because we feel like it's a better. But I couldn't ask for anything better because he was legit. So
yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Man, like before you close it though, what I really wish somebody would do a podcast of y'all. Like,
go ahead.
Us as men, we struggle like with mental healthness, bro. Like in all honesty. Like I really think like somebody should set up like a podcast, like around a table with about 6 different men and talk about mental health for men.
What to kind of deal with it.
Like,
that's not a terrible idea though. That is a great idea.
Because you'd be surprised at the men, bro, that's struggling, bro. Like you see people online have this going on and it's like, in all honesty, bro, like they suffering with something that they need to hear about. You know what I mean? Like me, for instance, like a couple months ago, it's like we all go through it. Not depression, but it's like, damn, it's like it make you feel like you need to talk about something or you need to hear somebody else talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, like I really think that is something y'all should do, bro. Or say anybody.
But we somewhat kind of do our part because we had like a therapist here before, and then we're trying to invite her back to where it's kind of like now there's a certain more topic we want to bring to light. But at the same time, it's not quite that simple. And the thing is, I agree with you what you said 100%. Because as men, you live with, the date, because you're the man at the house. Because whenever a problem show up, you're the first person that thinks about it. Everybody else might forget about it, but you got to keep thinking about that problem until it's solved. So that's what it feels like to be a man.
And then even men, like even after it's solved, we're still thinking about it. Yeah, bro.
Because it's just like you can see like the suicide on men is more than women. Because we take a lot of responsibility because you're taking care of your family, taking care of your wife, your kids, like your mom's dad. And at the end of the day, sometimes you're so busy focused on other people, we don't even look inward. And then everybody else's problem because our problem.
Yeah.
So you focus on that, and sometimes it's just like, and then nobody sometimes asks you, hey man, how you doing? And to you, it's not a thing. For us, like as men, sometimes it's not a thing.
It's
like,
the truth,
it's
bro.
not a shit. But then, like when somebody hits you with that, and you're just like, holy shit. And then sometimes, you can kill yourself. You don't even like. Sometimes people can kill themselves. You never see it coming. But we built this shit inside of us. Like every day, you're dealing with it.
Man,
you're dealing with it.
Man,
speaking of that, there's this little weird joke I heard somebody said on social media. I don't even know if it's appropriate to even say that joke here. But maybe I'll tell y'all off camera. But no, fuck it. Authenticity. There was this guy, speaking of men dealing with what they deal with, there was this guy who said he was so depressed that he wanted to pretty much end himself. But the way he wanted to do it was he wanted to lay on the train track and wait for the train to come up and, run over him or whatever. And he said while he was there waiting, because he said the train usually come there at a certain time. And if for some reason maybe the train was running late, maybe that was God's way of trying to save him. And he was laying in there bored. And he decided to, bust one. And he said, man, after that I got emotional clarity. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing, man?
Shit. Bro, people is crazy.
And the thing is, that dude was saying that I don't know if he was trying to be funny or if it was like a real story or what it is. He was like, man, wow. He said, well, after I get post-up clarity, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? He said, I got up and I got in my car and went home.
That is funny. But man, so you know how you was so you know how we was talking about the whole like the energy thing, and how you were saying how you help. You don't realize you need help.
Yeah.
that's another that's happened. You know, like whenever you like trying to help and you there for people, always trying to help. Like you take a little bit of your energy every time. That's what happened to my best friend, bro. That's how I lost my best friend. Like 23.
2023?
Yeah, this was recent, bro. Yeah. It was recent, bro. It was we got married. It was 23. So we got married 22 April. Lisa and I, we left Lake Charles, went to Vegas. I was with him the night before. We flew around Lake Charles. He seen I made it to Vegas on my story. He called me, was like, "Hey, bro, I love you. You know, happy early anniversary," because my anniversary wasn't until the Sunday. 45 minutes later, his wife blowing me up, you know, telling me, "Hey, this, blah, blah." Well, all that to say, like, so I lost him like a few days before my first wedding anniversary, you know?
Yeah.
But all that to say is like you were saying, like, he was that person. Like, bro, he's helped people get college degrees. He's helped people get, like, he pour into people and didn't take care of his own self. Yeah. You know, so.
A lot of stories goes like that because, you know, like you say, man, we just, and I feel like the way society's built us too is just like, nobody would care. Like, you know, even though like at Christmas, we got the socks. Sometimes they say like some people, not every family, but a lot of times like dad give everything, and sometimes all you got is the socks or like something to sleep on or stuff like that. So sometimes it's for anybody like out there as a man that's struggling. Yeah, like you said, man, if you can talk with somebody, sometimes it's hard for us to just like keep it inside, don't talk to nobody. I'm this kind of guy, like, you know, I sometimes call them, you know, the situation I got going on, you know, but sometimes I try not to do it, you know what I mean? You know, as a man, you always feel like, man, that's a weakness. You don't want to talk about it because it's weak, but sometimes it's not. If you got a person you can talk to, you know, talk to him.
Well, yeah, the thing is talking is extremely therapeutic though, in a sense, because it's kind of like sometimes I say when you're going through something, you'll feel alone. And as certain men will find themselves in a situation, like you said, they give and give and give and give and give, and then they never stop and take care of themselves. And the thing is, not only do they even stop to take care of themselves, they can't even voice what the hell they got going on to where somebody can even care. So, and then after a while, all that load gonna build up. And then within a split of that moment, you never know what you can do. Because thing is, I always say this thing, and then I know like it gets looked at ignorant. I'm not, like I said, I always say depression is real, but I don't look at it as a disease. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as men, we all deal with stuff. Like, the thing is, it doesn't matter. Like, something I can just deal with and then make it seem like it's a breeze. Someone else might be walking into that situation and be saying, like, how it's the hardest and toughest thing he ever did. You get what I'm saying? So, like, it's kind of like, but at the same time, you need to find a way to express it. I was telling a friend of mine recently, yeah, your feelings are valid. Like, it's okay to express how you feel. You might say, I feel this way about that, and I might reply and say, I don't see why, but you expressed it. Yeah. And then you're entitled to express that
your
feeling.
Feelings, yeah.
Like, you don't have to keep it hidden or make it seem like you don't want to share it. That's how you feel. It doesn't matter how the world going to perceive how stupid it is, but that's how you feel.
That's how, yeah. And a person should never feel like, because you didn't feel like this about this, and, you know, like they shouldn't be able to voice their opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because just sometimes people feel like it's just like, because they feel like that, but I don't feel like that. They should not feel like that. Yeah. You know, sometimes people do that, but sometimes you're just like, man, that's how you feel? Like, okay, I'm trying to understand why you feel like that. Okay. All right. So do you ever look at it like this? Because sometimes you can be focused on one thing like this, and you never had a chance to step back. And I talk to guys, man, this is what I got going on. It's like, I said, man, you never look at this. You're like, oh shit, I didn't even look at this. And you're like, oh man, that's why sometimes when you talk, it's valuable because somebody else can make you see, because you are so focused on that right then, and you never look at what you got around you. Yeah. And that's why sometimes it's good to talk out to other people, like people you feel like confident on. There's they got some people that's trying to tear you down. Avoid those people that's gonna make it worse for you. Just find somebody that you can confident on. You tell them how you feel, and then just speak your mind. Yeah. If it's like somebody have a speaker, man, just.
But if you think about it, and I was kind of saying that shit to my friend recently, I'm like, if you think about it, a therapist is like the biggest ripoff ever. Yeah, but at the same time, their job is valuable, is because they create that safe space to where you can just vent your heart out. That's literally all they do. It's kind of like they sit on that couch and they're like, hey, this is a safe place, you can let it all out. And then you do it and they interact and they engage within that conversation. They value everything that you got to say or whatever. But if the court decline, they're going to be like, yeah, motherfucker die.
Oh, shit. Man, ain't no helping you, dog.
We're gonna finish this shit at this.
We're gonna have to finish like brushing this thing another time though. But seriously,
but thank you so much, Dave.
Man,
Sure,
bro,
man. Like, I thank y'all for
if we
having
keep
me,
going, we're probably gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, bro, we're
like
gonna be for 3
in the
hours.
morning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man.
man, give us your input of it. Like, did you enjoy the conversation?
I
Went it all, like all over the
y'all.
place?
Well, bro, from the jump, whenever we first met at the airport, like you say, we didn't go to fly the airplane. You know, like the vibe, the connection was there.
Yeah.
You know, so.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, man, once again, this was like another episode of the Haitian King Podcast. We had Derek Gidger with us, and as you can tell, we pretty much, I guess, did our thing again. Do it like we brought somebody, like that's like some sort of somebody from within the community, and then we entangle within a conversation, and then the subject goes from subject to subject. And for the people that know him, or also the people that don't know him, also get a chance to travel the mind of Derek Gidger within what, an hour and 45 minutes. But my mind, as you can tell, my shit all twisted. So, and once again, man, thank you for stopping by. And then, as per usual, like, share, and subscribe. And then until the next one.
All right. Man, that was a good one. So you feel good about this one?
Yeah, you feel good about this one, man?
Good, man.
I didn't feel like